All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Here, just sitting here, relaxing for a bit. It's been a very, very busy spring. I mean, I tell you, when spring come around, uh, Covenant Contracted Services, the farm, the homestead, the food, everything is in full swing, and we've been busy uh, for months getting the garden planted from seed. That is all from seed that I'm showing. And it's just a beautiful thing to be able to produce for yourself and to be able to see the increase. But we need good soil, and this is why I focus a lot during the wintertime on my composting, on collecting my wood ash, uh, my eggshells, uh, my sheep manure, um, uh, my chicken shit, scraps, leaves, grass, all of those things that I need to plant my garden and to have rich soil. Uh, that's all a beautiful thing. And I thank Yah that I'm able to do it successfully, consistently. But what I wanted to talk about was something really important. And that is, you know, business and fiscal responsibility. Whether it's the fiscal responsibility of a business or a home. If you don't have a fiscal responsibility, um, it's not pretty much anything that you're going to do by way of growth. Uh, there are many people out there today that uh, have a lot of money, rich fools. And it's amazing to look at history and to see how families, the children of families, squandered away uh, uh, vast amounts of wealth within a generation or two because the children or the parents, or particularly the children that received the inheritance, did not know how to manage money. And as a direct result, uh, their whole lineage is now destitute. Their whole lineage now has lost the ability for them to maintain that wealth, and therefore they have no more wealth. And I use extreme cases like that, but it happens at every level. And this is due to the simple fact that uh, if you don't know how to manage money, if you don't know how to manage your economic resources, you're going to be in pretty big trouble. As we see in this day and age, a lot of people are in deep, deep trouble. And the foundation and the reason why they are in this trouble is due to the simple fact that they did not know how to manage money. Sure. Uh, uh, Again, I go over again. A lot of people can go out there and make money. You have, I have family members that, as a direct result of the pandemic, as a direct result of all of these trillions of dollars uh, uh, pouring into the economy, they're making a lot of money. But overall, they're still living in a state of poverty because uh, they're concerned about Chanel bags and wigs and expensive trips and partying, and they have no uh, idea or concept of fiscal responsibility because, simply put, and I look at my own family and I'm going to be using my own family more and more, my own natural family, because what I see in my natural family is indicative of what's going on in society as a whole. The moral decline, um, the spiritual bankruptcy, the lewdness of our women, the disintegration of manhood. I'm seeing it all in my actual family. And then we look out into society today, we see that. I don't want to digress, but it always goes back to the fiscal responsibility because, see, we have not been taught in this country what it means to be fiscally responsible. And the powers that be, they don't want that due to the simple fact is that they want you enslaved. They don't want you growing your own food. They don't want you building a business. They don't want you having real skills. They don't want you operating independent of this system of debt and taxation. They don't want you to be any of that because, see, they gain off of that. They get interest off of money that they create out of thin air. So uh, it's so important for people to educate themselves, um, and be disciplined, because what we're dealing with as well is a lack of basic discipline in economics. We're looking at people that just have no self-control at the end of the day, and they're led by their desires, their lusts, their feelings and emotions instead of the facts, the sound uh, 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 track record of when you uh, do the right thing economically, you can uh, have a good life for yourself and your family, and it gives you options. And I'm talking to men here. Again, um, men, this is who I'm talking to. Because, see, if you get your house in order, this gives you options, this gives you ability, this gives you um, the ability to expand your horizons in so many different ways, so many different ways. Um, but you got to put in the work. And many brothers out there, they have talent, they have ability, they have skill set. Um, However, uh, they lack the fiscal responsibility in order to put things in order. And it's a sad to sing the thing, thing to see a person that has skill and have no fiscal discipline. It's a grievous thing to see, because, see, and you understand that if you don't have both, um, it really doesn't matter. It really does not matter how much money you make, how much you can produce, because you can't keep it, because you can't make it flow into the right things that's going to give you the increase in the future. You're not thinking about the future. You have this warped sense of what the future has based on whatever ideas that's coming to your brain. And that's just, simply put, that's just not the case. That's just not how things work. Um, it has to be based on sound financial decision making, taking in consideration all things and being realistic. This is why I focused and stressed real skills, um, real friends, uh, real wealth, real money. Because if you have those things, then you can pretty much you can go far. But you have to have uh, the wisdom, the wisdom, in order to be able to direct all in your life so that it shows clear results. See, at the end of the day, it's all about results, you know. Um, and I'll close in on this. Uh, I was talking uh, to the wife about uh, the importance of soil and the importance of making sure that in the dead season, I am adding to the nutrients to the soil. And I told you specifically what I add. I add scraps. I add sheep manure. I add chicken manure. I add hay. I add decomposing hay, grass, leaves, um, wood ash. That's what consists of my nutrients that I put into the soil. And as a direct result, in the spring, and I've shown pictures, and I'll do a video of the garden, because I don't have to use any herbicides, any pesticides, and I pretty much don't even have to uh, add any additional um, uh, nutrients to the soil. Sometimes, I mean, I may still continue to put sheep poop in there and stuff like that, but just to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? But it pretty much sustains. Don't have to de-weed, don't have to bend over, um, but it pretty much sustains that garden through the wintertime in terms of planting multiple crops. So, uh, but it's about results. It's about the actual results that you can look at and verify for yourself. It can't be fabricated. You got this Chat GPT stuff. You got this um, uh, all this artificial intelligence. All of these things that can uh, mimic or perpetrate a fraud on people to show um, whether or not they're showing the results. Uh, but it's nothing like good, authentic, good, old fashioned, verifiable uh, results that you can see and that you can see cultivated through time. Uh, and that's so important in this day and age and hour that we're living in because we don't see much results. Um, and it's a sad deal. But the only way we're going to get the results that we need um, is if we practice the sound principles associated with economics. And I draw my wisdom, my understanding of economics from the scriptures. That's where I have drawn, learned, and as well been taught uh, uh, how I need to be uh, dealing with money because it's all there in the word. A lot of people they draw a lot of things from the word, but so few. When we look at the mannerisms of our lifestyle, um, draw those economic principles. Uh, and I know because I look at the results, and I look at many years of people claiming to be um, knowing the truth, but are still in the same cycle of debt, poverty, um, and want. Uh, when Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, don't talk about the blessings, don't talk about that. They talk about your storehouses, your flocks. Um, it talks about the blessings and the labor of your hand. It talks about these things in terms of blessings, and a lot of people don't see these things as blessings because we've been taught that a Louis Vuitton bag is a blessing. We've been taught that a Mercedes Benz is a blessing. We've been taught that fancy trips is a blessing. But no, those things are good to have. Those things, to take up a hobby is a blessing. All of these things, again, they're great. I got nothing against it, but I prefer those biblical blessings. But those biblical blessings will come as a direct result of hard work. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. And it's a shame, it's unfortunate it is, but what it is. But um, you got to have your financial house in order. You got to have to, you got to know how to, direct and lead and guide a little because if you uh, don't know how to deal with a little, the Most High definitely ain't going to give you a lot. Um, uh, what have you been doing with what He's giving you? Have you gotten an increase? Because last I checked, those people that know how to uh, get the increase with what God's given them and just wasn't slothful, wasn't apathetic, wasn't complacent. Those are the people that are going to win in this life and in the next. So you stay blessed. Get your financial houses in order because you know what I mean. We've been saying it for years, and it's coming to pass. For those who can, for the remnant who can, get it done, um, and you will be blessed. Um, and your family will be blessed and saved from this upcoming economic judgment that we see coming. And that's transparent right before our very eyes. But you stay blessed. Um, Stay encouraged, and shalom.